Pra você que tá ligado aqui, quem fala é o Spirlandelli. E aí, pessoal, como é que vocês estão? Eu espero que 100%, tá? A gente tá de volta aqui, rumo ao mirante de Myro Peak, né, em Alan Wake Remastered. Deixa eu ver uma coisa aqui. Eu tinha visto uma flechinha, uma setinha aqui, falando pra gente pegar alguns itens aqui. Mas eu acho que a gente pegou no episódio passado, não pegou, não? Eu acho que foi, né? Vamos avançar aqui. Eu tinha salvado... tá legal. Deixa eu só ver uma coisa aqui. Isso, beleza. Eu tinha salvado a gameplay exatamente perto dessa ponte aqui mesmo. Vamos ver essa página aqui de manuscrito. Mott and Cauldron Lake. Uai...
Mott had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Beleza. Continuando, né? Essa floresta sinistra aqui. Tá, mas deixa eu ver. Achei que tinha alguma coisa por ali, mas não tem não. Vambora. Atravesse as ruínas da montanha. Tá, beleza. Ficar esperto com esses monstrengos aí, né? Nossa, tá louco. Opa. CNTZ. Tom. Eu deixei você, Tom. Você fala comigo na TV, ou você falou comigo na TV. Eu deixei você, Tom. Você que escreveu isso? Tá. Eu amaldiçoei você, Thomas Zane. Eu vou amaldiçoar você, né? Que sinistro, velho. Apesar de que essa ambientação parece que tá uma noite normal como qualquer outra, né? A escuridão parece que não tá tomando conta daqui. Ai, mano. Só foi eu falar, né? Essas árvores devem estar pra cair desse jeito. Ai, mano. Eita. Não, mano. Escriba pistoleiro. Tá, beleza. Caramba, eu achei que não ia acabar isso mais. É por isso que a gente pegou muito sinalizador ali. Ah, tá. Beleza, atravessamos do outro lado. Vamos continuar. Uma coisa que eu fico meio assim, mano, é... Cadê a Alice, né, velho? Que até agora a gente não achou ela, não teve nem indícios dela, né? E esse sequestrador falou que tá com ela e tal. Apesar dele não ter mostrado, né, que tá com ela, não ter provado que tá com ela até agora pra gente.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Tá. Ele só falou que é os manuscritos, mas... Opa.
I had to get there fast. I
temia o que iria acontecer. É, vamos ver. Wake acorda na pousada.
I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my eyes were jealous. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Wait! That you? Wait!
Vixe.
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
É o sequestrador, velho.
No! Get away! Sorry. Please, wait! The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. We don't
Como assim,
have
velho?
a wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make a play ball, you see?
Vixe, mano, eu acho que é ele mesmo falando agora, sem estar possuído. Como assim? Fim do episódio 3. Tá.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Eu achei que a gente tinha zerado. Falei, não. Episódio 4, a verdade. Ah, é isso que a gente quer saber.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
É a última carta que a gente
The
achou, essa
shock of
escrita.
your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Tá legal.
There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Tá legal, Emerson.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Anderson. Cara, Anderson, será que... Não tem nada a ver com a saga Anderson, não, né? Do Alan Wake 2. Acho que não.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying.
Ele
But
tinha
under
que
the
estar
influence of the
mentindo.
drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
Tá, vixe, ele acredita veemente que o
It's
cara tá
all in your
mentindo, mano.
head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Tá. O relógio do sol, isso aqui? Para além da sombra com a qual você se contenta, há um milagre iluminado, em memória de um querido amigo e poeta. TZ. Esse TZ aí a gente viu no coração escrito de amarelo na parede, né? Thomas Zane, né?
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This
É
way.
porque a escuridão
follow me.
deve estar chegando aí, velho.
Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into
by
the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside.
Eita, mano, que doideira.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Emerson,
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, sorry. Boo.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on
Elbow
video
strike.
games.
Ooh, yeah.
It's trash, of course, but it does
I'll get
involve
him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
La 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 la
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Que doido, velho. Sala de jantar.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Tá, legal.
I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Você não acha? Ué, mas por que que é o melhor
I'd like to
escrever é o
bash
melhor?
his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny.
Yeah!
Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we'd forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tá. Os escritos e a assistência de Thomas
Zane
Zane.
could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words.
Tá bom, né?
Got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We
Sorry,
have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the
Boas-vindas à
farm.
pousada Cauldron Lake.
Oh,
Estamos aqui para oferecer o tratamento especializado de que você precisa. No entanto, lembre-se, peça que amigos e familiares marquem um horário de visita para que não interfiram na sua terapia ou períodos de criatividade. Respeite a privacidade e o espaço pessoal dos outros pacientes, principalmente quando estiverem engajados em seus processos criativos. Normalmente, nossos pacientes têm problemas criativos duradouros que não serão resolvidos da noite para o dia. Permita-se levar o tempo de que precisar. Lembre-se que o seu tratamento é voluntário e elaborado especificamente para você. A terapia de engajamento e o método associado, o fluxo, funcionam melhor quando você está ativamente engajado no processo de moldagem deles. Em caso de dúvida, não hesite em expressá-la. Então parece que o Alan veio pra cá voluntariamente, né? Vamos ver.
Good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Burge. The storm's bound to make me jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Burge.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin, have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Mano, será que a Alice tá viva, cara? Cara, que curiosidade.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Vamos ver o que ele vai fazer.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
I don't
Hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Investiga o tumulto.
Things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
It's my storm. I'm taking it.
Peraí, deixa eu ver.
Hartman
Barry na
kept
pousada.
talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
O Barry vai aparecer aí, mano? Cara, que da hora. É muito bom saber que ele tá vivo. Por mim, o Barry tinha morrido. A escuridão tinha dominado tudo lá.
Come back door, baby.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Come out and face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkle.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sew your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Barry? Ow! About time!
Tá zoando.
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah.
Cara, que bom ver o Barry vivo, mano. Me deu até uma esperança agora da gente...
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Pegou o Hartman. Parece que... Mano, o Alan tá controlando a escuridão, é isso? Ou não?
Dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out. I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Ai, que droga. Que droga, cara. Eu acho que eu vou morrer. Dá pra subir? Opa! Tem que ligar de novo. Vamos ligar de novo. A última. Bora descer lá. Escapar da frente. Droga, cara. Ah, tem aqui. Nossa, eu não sei se eu usei o sinalizador no momento certo, hein? Será que a gente vai ter possibilidade de achar mais? Página de manuscrito. A missão de Hartman.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here. Damaged in ways that were hard to describe. Or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction. To be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Hartman era malandro, né, velho? Bem espertinho. E a escuridão parece que tomou ele, vocês lembram, né? Não pode esquecer disso, não. Deixa que trem abrir a porta lá. Quem tá chegando ali? Tem um carro chegando ali. É o Barry, tá lá na porta. Cara, não dá. A gente vai ter que usar esse negócio pra quebrar essa porta, será? Ai, que droga, velho. Vem pra cá. Será que aquele negócio não vai vir? Isso. Tô colando aí, Barry, pera aí. Ó, tem uma garrafa de café ali. Cara. Bora, vamos lá, vamos lá. Não precisa vazar, eu só fui pegar um cafezinho ali.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Tá, beleza.
I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
Não, vamos vazar daqui, galera. Não vamos ficar moscando, não. Tá, beleza, eu tô indo. Tem alguma entrada por aqui? Isso. Pera aí, tô indo. Oi! Não acredite. Don't trust Emil. Tá, não acreditar em Emil, é isso? Pera aí, vamos ver. Wake vê o palco dos Old
I
Gods.
stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-side stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Eu não sei se eu traduzi certo aquele não acredite em Emil ou não é verdade em Emil. Acho que é não acredite, né? Hartman e a queda de energia.
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
Cara, Hartman naturalmente havia se preparado para uma situação como essa. É, porque ele sabia, né, que a loucura do Wake podia... Tipo assim, a loucura do Wake podia gerar uma catástrofe sem precedentes, velho. Ah, mano, é o Barry que tá falando assim, velho? Ou não? Espero que não seja, hein, mano. Ah, cara, tomara que não seja. Vamos lá. Ah. É o segurança do Hartman. Cadê? Não tem mais? Ah, que droga. Cara, difícil, hein? dispersar isso aí, velho. Na hora que eu peguei o sinalizador, cara. Vamos lá. É, a escuridão tinha dominado todo mundo aqui já. O Hartman. Esse segurança dele também foi alvo. Uma coisa louca. Eu desviei. Ah, que droga! Maluco. Que doideira, velho. Vou pegar algumas coisas aqui na caixa de emergência aqui. Tentei desviar ali, mas não deu. Ele tava sem fôlego. Caras, pra sair desse, sei lá, desse manicômio aqui, desse hospício. Que trem difícil, velho. E cadê o Barry, cara? Nossa, finalmente uma arma, né?
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Beleza. Tá, vamos lá. Ô, louco, hein, filhão? Vamos lá, que a gente vai conseguir sair disso aqui. Página do manuscrito aqui. Barry é atacado por um possuído, tá brincando?
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Ah, não acredito, cara. Que o Barry vai morrer, mano. Eu tinha ficado tão feliz de encontrar ele, velho. Parceiraço nosso aí, mano, ajudando nós na resolução desses mistérios, né? Sei lá. Acho que ele não vai morrer, não. Tomara que não, né? Olha, zigue-zague, que é esperto. Os bichos vêm no zigue-zague, é malandro demais, né? Ó, tem suprimento ali do outro lado. Pegar que a gente precisa, hein? Ó. Ah, que maravilha, hein? Acho que agora, no que diz respeito à munição, a gente tá bem municiado, galera. Vai dar pra gente trocar com os caras ali. Atravesse o jardim. Trocar uns tiros aqui com esses malucos. Esses doidão possuídos. Hartman said a week.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Cara, é complicado nessa situação, né? Que tipo assim, eu como, né, a pessoa que tá jogando aqui, certos textos dá a entender que o Hartman era um cara legal, mas né, a maior parte dos textos dá a entender que ele era bem, ele queria um algo a mais, né, no que diz respeito a essa internação do Wake. Ele queria, parece que, expor os poderes das escritas do Wake. Sei lá, ele vai tomar uma machadada, mano. Não é possível.
Ow! You're alive! Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it, don't worry about it!
Ah, mano, tá me zoando. Nossa, o bicho vai pegar aqui, hein? Alô.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on it!
Tá me zoando, né, Barry? Que você achou uma moeda. Não, mano, mas eu desviei, pô. Tá me zoando, velho. Não. Eu desviei. Parece que ele fica sem estamina, galera. Por isso que ele não desvia. A gente vai ter que tomar cuidado aqui. A parte aqui tá difícil, hein? Vamos ficar no meio aqui, deixar eles virem pra cima. Cai, mano. Meu Deus, olha o tanto de cara, velho. Ah, tem mais um aqui atrás. Ai, caras. Acho que eu preciso sair daqui. Esse fundo aqui eu fico muito suscetível a ataque.
I'm on it.
Vou materializar eles, aí a gente joga o sinalizador. Não.
I found it. I found it. No, wait, that's a twig.
Sai daí. Cara, mas será que tá respawnando monstro aqui? Não é possível, velho. Dá um jeito nisso aí, vai.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it. It's gotta be here. Just hang on now. Hey, I found a corner.
Aqui, ó, tem mais um aqui no fundo, ó.
We gotta go. Get in the car.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Uma câmera de bronzeamento, tá de brincadeira, né? Nossa, essa parte foi difícil, hein, velho? Sair desse hospício foi tenso, hein? Tá maluco. A gente vai pra casa dos Andersons. Os Andersons são aqueles irmãos lá, tá? Aqueles roqueiros lá.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
Que brincadeira, irmão.
God damn it, Al, talk to me.
Ponto de controle
I had
alcançado.
lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man! you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al! There's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never mess with anyone from New York City before. Find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Ah, você tá de brincadeira que ele vai ficar esperando e a gente...
okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area! You can catch up! Don't worry about it! I'm on the case!
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Vamos alcançar ele então, vamos lá. Ah, Barry, o que você tá fazendo, cara? E a gente tá sem suprimento aqui, tá sem nada, cara. Sem arma, sem lanterna. A única coisa que eu queria era sair de Bridge Fall, só isso. Que isso aqui, Walter na fazenda dos Anderson.
The car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Caramba, velho. Ai, a luz vai acabar. Sai daqui. Guardar a estamina dele pra usar em casos emergentes, né?
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
O que é isso aqui? Nightingale prende Wake.
Agent
Não.
Nightingale stared at the passed out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
É. Nightingale, na verdade, queria matar a gente, né, mano? Mas ele não podia. Tem alguma coisa aqui? A luz tá acabando? Que maravilha,
I could
né?
sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Bora. Não, e a gente não tem. A gente não tem pilha, velho. Não dá pra gente ficar aqui brincando aqui, não. Esses caras tá ruim de mira, hein, mano. Pra descer aqui, vamos descer, vai. Tá de sacanagem.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
É que não tinha como pensar muito também, né, o Alan? Não tinha como, velho. O cara tem que fazer alguma coisa, pô. O que é essa lanterna aqui? Lanterna resistente. Que top, hein? Que doideira, cara. Esse acampamento aqui, quem tava nisso, velho? Vambora daqui. É o Barry,
certeza. The car was
certeza.
heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
Ah, tá zoando, mano. Nossa.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen... The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chain to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free. A dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
Olha aqui, mano. Armadilha de urso. Ai! Armadilha de urso armada aqui, velho. E eu achando que era item de novo, né? Ah, de brincadeira. Os trem que tá embaçado, hein? Literalmente. Uma escopeta maravilhosa aqui.
Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Uma quantidade significativa de munição.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before.
Tá. E agora a gente só tem uma escopeta, né? A gente não tem outra arma, não. Querendo dar sossego não, hein? Olha isso, velho. A gente vai acabar com a nossa munição tudo aqui, pô. Ai! Nossa, velho. Quase que a gente vai empurrar.
But there was no sight of the driver.
Cadê o Barry? Chama
Hello?
ele. Isso.
Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Please! What are you? What are you? No! Don't!
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. My buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly the bad guy who wrote this crap anyway.
Caramba. Vamos lá. Tá, pelo menos a gente tá com um revólver aqui, né? Tipo assim, né? Ah, o cara morreu, pelo menos tá com revólver, né? Ah, fazer o quê, né? Vamos lá.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape.
Beleza.
I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way. Near escapes. Cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who will help me. I'll make it happen.
Tá bom, então. Eu só espero que no final dê tudo certo, né, jovem? Porque você tá fazendo o negócio ficar cada vez mais cabuloso.
Let me guess. Danny, huh?
É ele que é o Danny, né?
The front door was locked. The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast. If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Bora. Esse carro aqui é melhor, né? Mais rápido. Hã? Ah, deixa eu ver isso aqui. Esse rifle aqui vai ser muito melhor, mano. Muito mais bala no pente, né?
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde with blue eyes. She may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone in the area who maybe looks a little confused, give him a hand, all right?
É a Alice, velho.
This is Pat Main on KBF FM. You're all safe.
Ah, vai demorando, né? Vou valorizar essas armas de... Essas balas de sniper. Como é que eu vou? Rapaz, mas que carro que desliza, enfim. No. Vocês estão achando que o bagulho é louco ou não? O negócio tá feio aqui, hein, galera. Vamos lá. Tá ficando bem sinistro. Ali não tem como descer, né? Descer aqui, então. Armadilha pra escuridão, isso
the
aqui.
brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Esses astros do rock, eu acho que sabe muita coisa, hein?
Ow! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
God damn!
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them off! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Hey, Al! Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stopped!
Oi!
Al, hold on!
Calma aí, cala a boca. Nossa, o Barry não cala a boca, cara.
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them off! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Hey, Al! Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stopped! Al! Hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
Ah, mano, tá tirando mesmo esse cara, né? Maluco, você é doido, essa parte aqui vai ser insana. Não, cara, que isso, velho? Que apelação é essa? Nossa, que é isso?
Ow! We have to fight them off! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Hey, Al! Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stopped! Al, hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
Então vai, acende essa carniça aí logo.
Century wiring! Hang on out! I'll get them working again, I promise!
Olha só que esculacho. Esse negócio tá embaçado, hein?
Shut up and shoot. Al, we have to fight them all. I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out. Hey, Al, did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stopped. Al, hold on.
Vamos coisar todo mundo e a gente joga uma granada.
Please, please, please!
Tá achando que é brincadeira isso aqui. Caramba, tem que dar 2 tiros nesses caras, velho. Mano, olha o tanto, velho. Rapaz. Que louco.
That was awesome!
Foi muito da hora mesmo, velho.
Rock and roll capital of America.
Vou ver uma coisa
Hey,
aqui.
Al, this way to the farm.
Pera aí. Pegar recurso aqui, né, velho? Ai, cara, que loucura que foi isso aqui agora, hein? Vamos pra casa dos Andersons. Acho que compensa a gente pegar a escopeta agora, hein? Pump action. Ela é boa, velho. E aí, Barry, bora? Aí, não dá pra gente atravessar? Tem que falar com o Barry?
See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
Tá. Bom, galera, é o seguinte, eu acho que é uma boa hora da gente encerrar por aqui, tá? Caras, que episódio, hein? Que episódio, velho. Olha esse holofote enorme que a gente pegou, essa lanterna monstruosa. Muito bom, né?
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll sulk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Sleep. We all spend a third of our dreams in its soft embrace, somewhere between fantasy and
Hey,
oblivion.
remember when I got you that gig?
But
Your
dreams
first
have a way
real
of
writing
forcing
job. What got
themselves
you
into
started?
waking life.
Was this one of your episodes?
Tonight's episode. The dream.
Beleza, os irmãos Anderson nos
It's
anos 70.
1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back.
Tá, eu acho que aqui, como eu falei pra vocês, é uma boa hora da gente encerrar. No próximo episódio a gente vai continuar avançando na casa dos Andersons e ver o que vai rolar. Caras, mas esses Andersons... Assim, ó, eu não sei se aquele palco é preparado pros shows deles mesmo, tipo, pra toda loucura, né, que eles tinham sobre a vida deles, sobre show e tudo mais, ou se eles prepararam aquilo pensando realmente na escuridão, nos poderes das sombras, né? Cara, que louco, velho. Enfim, no próximo episódio a gente continua, beleza? Espero muito que vocês tenham gostado. Se gostou, não esquece do like que fortalece grandiosamente o crescimento do canal e o alcance dos vídeos, beleza? E comenta aqui embaixo o que vocês estão achando da série, galera. Eu tô gostando bastante, hein? Tá muito louco. Tamo junto, um grande abraço, tudo de bom sempre. Falou, falou, falou.